Hi, it's Wasabi. Welcome back to the channel. We've got a battle on the Ghost Town map, and we've got Crazib from Lemon Clan. He's in the STA-1, which is the tier 8 Japanese medium tank. Leads to the STA-1 at tier 10, which is one of the best medium tanks for battles, in my view. It's a standard battle, so 15-minute game. He's changed his mind which side to go. Commonly the medium tanks go to the 1-2 line, but got actually two light tanks there. It's a tier 7, tier 8 game, so they've got a WOTCCASIA on each side, and then he's got a Senlac and this and the Senlac. Can you speed into that? There goes one shot. Oh, leaves him on 16 hit points and he disappears. Okay, then a view. So unfortunate. But we don't have minimatic circles on her. Well, let's fix that in a later video. It's the problem with changing versions. Sometimes the settings get reset, and I believe there's a bug in the mini-map in terms of view range settings. Hopefully that will get fixed shortly. But essentially what Crazib's main tactic is to try and stay on the edge of your view range in terms of shooting, so you don't get spotted when you're shooting. Now, it's not always simple to do that, but that does help you stay alive, keep your hit points available to you so you can participate in the later stages of the game. Okay, he's got a Borsig lined up. Can you put a hit in? Yes. Ooh, no, you didn't get a shot there, just missed. And Borsig goes back to garage. So they've got a little bit of an advantage at the moment. Both have lost their EBR WOTCCASIAs. I guess one of the problems with the EBRs at that tier is they've got a pretty miserable view range, so they tend to have to rely on their maneuverability to try and stay out of trouble. Okay, so we've got quite a bit of support on this front, although the Cheeto SP is very forward, which I'm not sure it's a great move, and we've got at least 3 enemy medium tanks in front, STA-2, which is the sort of premium version of the STA-1 at tier 8, and then you've got a T-34-100 as well as a T-20. So Crazib just looking for opportunities to take some points off them. Also, from this position you can shoot into town. There's a 50 TP there. Has he got a line up when he runs behind the buildings? No, probably isn't, because he's just a bit too far forward. But yeah, you can put shots into them, particularly tanks crossing through that area. So if I was one shot that splashes, then the next shot splashes. Certainly, actually I'm not sure about the first one, but in any case, you might see some blind shot damage if this keeps up. Alright, they lose their Cheeto SP, not surprisingly, and they lose their other light tank, the T-92. He just drives almost in front of the Arty there, so a bit unfortunate, but didn't do any damage, which is good. Alright, here comes the STA-2, puts a nice shot into him. Has he got spotted? Yes, he has been spotted here, so expect another Arty shot to come in. It's the T-34-100, he's trying to bait the shot. We'll put in a Cupola shot there, just misses, but does pick up some assisted damage. So a bit of cat and mouse going on here. No one wants to push. You're not quite sure what's behind them. It's a bit unfortunate that that Cheeto SP went so far forward. I was almost throwing away the tank, so the balance of the game now swings a little bit in favour of the enemy side. They've got a small hit point lead and a 1 tank lead. Crazib just popping up here, just trying to spot anything, just with the view port on top of the tank, and also to see whether he gets spotted, of course. Then we'll tell him if anyone's coming. Not getting any result though. So it decides to pull back. There's two Panthers there, but one is a bit far forward than the other. So crazib just coming up, trying a different line. Still not seeing anything. So just being patient here. That's what it's about. Okay, it's spotted the STA-2. Should put another shot into him, which it does.
Reporting penetration.
Takes him down to below about a third of his health actually, so he'd be not happy, but neither is the Panther in front of crazib there, who's lost most of his health. So the enemy tanks in front still holding ground really, and he really wants to push in. Both the Panthers are being pretty static, and there's no point crazib throwing his hit points away. Oh, okay, we've got an ISU 152 crossing. One shot goes in.
Enemy vehicle on fire.
Oh, and set him on fire from the voice message, so that we didn't see the result of that. That's another bit of damage he might pick up. In any case, just accumulating damage slowly. See the alpha on the gun is about 250 average, so not a high deep. I should say not a high alpha gun, of course. And he's just looking for targets again on the edge of view range that are being lit for him, so that he can maintain his hit points. And we're now sort of starting to move into the second half of the game. So this is moving fairly slowly now. Looks like the T-20's pushed up. They've taken out one of the Panthers. And the T-20's pushing up. Can crazib get a shot into him? Might be worth taking the shot now. No, he's gone below the terrain there, so no shot there. And the now we've got the STA-2. Has it got an outline? Not quite, but that doesn't mean it's not there. Sometimes with replays the outlines don't get shown up all that well. So it's coming up here to where the Shrek is. Now, well, if the Shrek is not getting damage on them, then they're probably not shootable. But the Shrek is pointing in a different direction, so that's something. Now, here we go. Crazib is now in a different position. Oh, puts a nice shot into the turret of the T-20. There's a bit of a pixel shot there. Has he got a shot on the STA-2? No, not really. But the T-34 100 pushing up now. He's got plenty of hit points, well, most of it. Now he's got a bit less. Going to get another shot in without getting spotted. Does, indeed. And he didn't get spotted, so that's good. And will he get enough depression to shoot down there? He just snaps in, but I think the T-34 just moved a bit too far forward and he couldn't get the shot in. But he did get spotted that time, so wisely pulls back into hard cover. T-34 100 trying to proxy spot them. And crazib decides, alright, this is not a tenable position. Probably the Shrek should move as well, so he's pulling back now to a terrain area that he can find better cover in. Oh, there's the T-34. Puts a shot in, takes a shot, luckily on his tracks, takes the T-34 down to one shotable. Gets taken out by the Super Hellcat. The Super Hellcat, after firing, is now getting spotted, so he's taken some damage. So the enemy pushing up hard. They've pushed crazib's team really into the back of the map here. So the enemy really gaining map control, and crazib's been spotted here, possibly, probably by the STA-2. Now they're two tanks up near the Shrek are basically just coming up over the hill, taking pot shots at the Shrek, whittling him down. And as I said before, he should have moved when crazib moved. But he probably wasn't paying attention to the minimap, which is, you know, a useful skill. Alright, so crazib here just trying to get vision of the enemy, both for the TDs that are there. There you go, he's lit up the AT-7. try and put in a side shot. Well, unfortunately it didn't even touch the AT7. Looks like it went over or under, it's a bit hard to tell. There you go, shot goes down. So they're now 4 tanks down. Hit point disadvantage is not huge, which is probably in their favour. Most of them seem to be with crazib. He's got almost exactly half of the hit points for his team because he hasn't lost any yet, which is just fortunate. He did take a hit earlier from the T-34-100, but as we saw, that hit his track, so it didn't do any actual damage. Right, got the sound like it comes a bit too close, gets taken out, but then the SU-152 takes out the Super Hellcat, so again the Super Hellcat firing gave away his position, but now he's got side shots on the AT-7. Gets lit again, so pulls back behind hard cover. He doesn't want to get taken out by the ISU. And now it is crazib versus the rest. So we're on for a Kolobanovs here. So he's got basically 5 enemy tanks against him, and he's the last one standing on his team. Get rid of this STA-2 pretty quickly, I think, which he does. So he's taking a little bit of damage here, but this is what you need to keep your hit points available for. He puts a shot into the ISU. ISU gives him a big whack, but he gets rid of him. And that's taken 2 tanks out in fairly quick succession. There is a tank on cap, which is not that far away. That's most likely going to be the T-20. It's the SU-152. Puts a shot in here. He doesn't want to take another hit from that tank, so he might get the kill here, which he does. And now he's getting pushed by the AT-7. He's got 50 seconds left on the cap, and he's just trying to deal with this AT-7. Puts a shot in the cupola. 2 more shots and he gets rid of him. And T-20's come off the cap, so they could have won the game right there, but they've thrown that chance away. crazib is taken down to 39 hit points, and he's still got this AT-7, which he needs 2 shots at least to kill, but now he can get behind him, so I think this is definitely in crazib's favour now. It's going to take 3 shots to kill him. 1 shot and 1 more shot, just the DPM here of the STA-1 paying off, and now it's just crazib versus the arty. So Nose has been lit, of course, by the AT-7, and he's just basically going across the path of the artillery. This is the hardest type of target for an arty to hit, so that's good thinking there. When you start moving the arty aim sideways, you get the massive balloon, of course. So, but luckily, nothing incoming. Oh, here we go. Good anticipation by the arty, and he must have decided to push a bit further forward and then pre-aim. But luckily that didn't pick up crazib. Now, he knows the rough direction the artillery's in, and that's what he was just sort of plotting there on the mini-map. He's going to be up in the A2, A3 area pretty much. The S51 is not a very mobile artillery, so he's not likely to move very far. There's a minute and a half left, so he's not going to get to the enemy cap in time. He's going to have to kill the S51. He's got 39 hit points, so he doesn't want to be splashed at all by the arty. He's going to have to rely on vision to pick up the artillery. And he's taking just a little bit of a shortcut here. Not a bad idea given the amount of time left. And he's just hoping to pick up the artillery without the artillery spotting him. And he is spotted. So it puts artillery probably up on that shelf there, so he's driving straight towards it to get under the gun. In fact, there we go, he's spotted. Doesn't have the gun elevation to shoot him, but now it's going to be a matter of mobility. Who can get the shot in, and can he get shot in without the S51 getting enough depression to shoot back at him, which is going to be his main tool in his thing. So just gets an outline of the shell, 1 shot more, and he's got the kill. And that's the Kolobanovs medal. Really hard to get in the game. Well done, crazib. Let's go and have a look at the details. Well, another great game there for crazib. He confessed he was getting pretty sweaty at the end. That was a really close result, and he could have just been splashed out of the game quite easily. So well done there, and he's got some good results here. So he did get pick up some assisted not assisted damage, some additional blind shot damage there, getting 5.7k of total damage there. 6 kills, gave him the top gun. He's got the high caliber reward for the most damage, and he's got another 600 odd of assisted damage there. And he's also earned his 3rd mark of excellence there, so great consistent damage in the tank. And of course the Ace Tanker Mastery badge. He's also picked up, yes, of course, the prized Kolobanovs medal, and that's about standing up to at least 5 enemy tanks at the end by yourself. And of course you've got to win by killing them all. You can't just cap out and win that way. So it's a really hard medal to get. Not many people get the opportunity to even win it, so let alone actually win it with their skill. So let's have a look at the results here. So it's finished on top with base experience of 1658, which is a really nice level of performance. Of course, the damage total is the highest of both teams. The WZ111 Alpine probably playing in the middle. We didn't really see much of. Got 1451, so a good chance for an ace badge for Iceman 12. And on the enemy side, the T20 actually came up highest in terms of EXP, so probably picking up some spotting damage. The RSU 152, that took a chunk out of him. 3.5k of damage being the top damage on that team. But this was all about crazib's game. A real carry there, and particularly defending the area that he had, the minimal area that he had towards the end of the game. So 32 shots fired, 25 hits, and each of the hits penetrated. So that's the the real value there of being a good shot and knowing where to shoot. Did have some battle payments running, so he's ended up with a loss there, but that's basically he's gone through most of his ammunition, including premium, and had to resupply all of his premium consumables in the match, so he's ended up net loss of 56k. But nonetheless, getting that result, the prized Kolobanovs medal and 3rd mark of excellence all in one game, just a really great result there. So thanks, crazib, for the content. Really appreciate you sending me that, and hopefully our viewers appreciate seeing such great gameplay. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please consider doing so. We'll have more great content to follow. Thanks very much for watching.